Okay. Do you think the coronavirus is bioengineered? If so, who do you think is behind it? What do you think about the corona coin? Okay. Um, I'll start with the corona coin. First of all, I don't think it's a good idea. Maybe somebody did it for fun and giggles and stuff, but I mean, people are actually dying, so probably not the best idea to do. And it probably won't be around after the coronavirus is done anyway. Okay, but on the other question, do I think it's bioengineered? I mean, that is kind of a conspiracy theory. I mean, quite frankly, I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I like to look at things from a probability perspective. So, because nobody will ever know. Like, unless you have a smoking gun, nobody will ever know. So, why even speculate on something that's unprovable until you have actual hard evidence? So, because of that, I think probability-wise, I don't think it was bioengineered. That's not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying it's probable. It's more probable that it wasn't than it was, right? So whether that's 70 or 30%, who knows? But if I was a betting man, I would say there's a bigger probability that it wasn't than it was. But hey, I mean, maybe it was. Who knows, right? But if it was, right, let's kind of go down that rabbit hole. If it was bioengineered, why would they put it in China? Because I mean, anybody who's done biology just knows viruses, and they go viral. I mean, that's where that word comes from. Because let's say let's say it's some state-based actor, right, the CIA or some other country's secret service agency or whatever, trying to hurt China or or Iran. If that was the case, they would have known that by putting it there and exposing it to the public, it would go viral across the globe and eventually come back and hurt your own people, right? So, like, let's say, like, let's for a second entertain the conspiracy theorists that it was CIA or whatever, right? Why would they do that? Because now it's in our backyard here in America. So to me, that doesn't really make much sense. Because why put it in your rivals, right? I think if anything, what makes more sense to me is maybe some research lab was testing it. Maybe it was like a bioengineered virus that was in the lab, and maybe somebody messed up and didn't clean themselves or wash something off in the lab, and it escaped the lab, and it just went loose and is now spreading across the world. So I'm more likely to believe in something like that than in some secret service or intelligence agency trying to hurt some other country, right? I know some people were talking about there's a virus research lab in Wuhan that was investigating infectious diseases and viruses. I know some people were talking about that. I mean, but I think if anything, more likely than not, it hopped from bats or pangolin, as they're saying, and jumped to humans because I mean people were eating bats. I mean that's wild. So I was joking on Twitter and via our email. I mean not on Instagram and via our email that we've heard of the butterfly effect, but we may have to change that to the bat effect. I mean literally, one guy or girl eating a bat has put the entire world on its heels. The entire world is now, I mean, stock markets are crashing because somebody ate a bat. I mean, that is pretty wild. That is pretty wild. Not even sure if I have a.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
But anyway, who knows, right? I mean, it is the internet. People can lie. Who knows? Even authorities are known for not being transparent. But if anything, though, just looking at probability-wise, I would say first option, number one, probably jumped from animals to humans, evolved. Second option, probably escaped out of a lab by accident. Maybe somebody messed up, whether it was China or some other country, somebody messed up. Maybe somebody was just stupid and didn't follow proper protocol, right? I would believe those two over some other government trying to start a world war.